All right, let's see. Let's see. We're going live on Facebook. Okay, I just hit that. Let's let it go. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? All right, let me get back in here. All right, we're coming up. We're early today, you guys. I'm usually on the other side of it, but I'm excited to be here today on this wonderful Friday. I got my phone out. I want to make sure that we're live on Facebook. We are here at the Craft Cafe. I'm your host of all things craft, Latoya Riggins, you guys. They call me LC. So I'm going to go on. If you guys are coming in from Facebook, make sure that you are following. Okay, let me see. All right, yep, we're up there, you guys. Make sure that you are following the Craft Cafe live page and you're connected to us and you are following on all platforms. This is our hour to let our hair down in childcare and talk about what's really going on. If you're first time coming into the Craft Cafe, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is for ECE leaders, that's early childhood education, business leaders, and that encompasses all businesses that serve children and families, you guys. So we want to make sure that you have a safe space to meet the experts, talk about the industry and the things, the tools, the solutions that we need to keep it moving forward and celebrate the voices and amplify the voices of childcare, you guys, because you guys are the silent heroes that we have in the world that nobody's talking about, but we are. And we want to make sure everybody knows what's going on and what you're doing. So we got an exciting episode for you guys today. We got our very own childcare tax pros. Y'all know I'm always talking about them because not only are they in the tax game, they're in childcare taxes because they have childcare centers, you guys. So they're not just playtiming. And they're one of our partners and part of the Craft All Stars, where we do the Wave Accounting Lab, guys, where we help childcare business owners set up, not just set up, but apply their actual accounting system so that they can have it electronically and not be using spreadsheets and bags of tax receipts all over the place, stressing themselves. We want to make sure that they can do it the right way and really save time and money and strategize so they can keep more money in their pocket and do more for the communities that they serve, y'all. So we're here today. Ladies, y'all ready? We got childcare tax pros in the building.
Hey
That's
Latoya,
my
hey
little drum
everyone.
roll. So
How are
guys,
you?
I'm good. I'm so excited because we're here in 2026. I gotta look back. We have so many years. I don't even know how long we've been partners, but we've done so much in that amount of time that it just flew by. So I want to, take it back to the people who may have never heard of you guys before and just let y'all introduce yourselves, tell them your story and how you got here.
Yes, yes. Hi everyone. My name is Nakia. I'm from Childcare, a co-founder of Childcare Tax Pro. This is my partner Melissa. Hello. And we got here because number one, let's tell us our story really quick. I'm a childcare owner just like you guys, right? And when I first opened up my childcare business, we had a high tax bill. Unfortunately, at that moment, my accountant, my CPA was not able to help me with those high tax bills. You know how it is sometimes that they tell you, hey, it's too late. We don't know what to tell you, but you got to pay this bill. So I did not like that. So let's rewind back after that. I actually went to school, went and studied all about taxes. And when I realized that the tax game works for us, and it's actually there's strategies and everything for business owners just like you and me. I decided to go all in, invested time with Melissa as she is a tax years. How many years you been doing this already? At least 11 now. So she's been doing
Wow.
this for 11 years. I've been doing it for 5 years. So we actually became EAs, which is enrolled agents. We got certified, which is the highest credentials when it comes to the IRS. And now we just basically help childcare owners save money in taxes with tax strategies, and also now implementing AI and automation to save you time as well. So we are doing both at the same time.
I love that. So you already know that if you never heard of them, then you living under a rock. You need to have some people in your corner that know your industry. And you guys, if you gotta follow them on social media. I love following you guys on social media. I hope you know that. Like, I I learned so much from you guys with AI. I like figuratively like put myself in you to you guys' vacation. I think I saw you guys like washing an elephant. I was like, I want to wash the elephant.
Yes, yes.
So like talk about that. Like
Yes.
what are you guys doing now? Like because I know we're still doing the taxes, you still have the centers running, and I know, like I said, we're doing the Wave Lab and all of the work we're doing with entrepreneurs. But I want to know like what's new coming down the pipe because I know you have so many things going on.
Yes. So when it comes to like the elephants and stuff, we was able to put automation into our childcare system and be able to test and see if it actually worked by going out on a trip, on a family trip for a whole entire month without worrying about the center because everything was automated and we was able to go to Thailand, Dubai, and Japan for a whole entire month. So basically these automations that we're putting in place is so that you can be able to get your time back. You can be able to have it flowing in the back end and you just be able to focus on what you do best, which is take care of the children in the center and take care of your business in general. So right now we're working on that teaching because that's a thing right now, Latoya, that a lot of childcare owners are hesitant about AI. Like they scared to probably put it in their business. They don't know how to put it in their business. So we decided to start doing these live workshops for free just to educate because that's what we love to do. So we just educating and showing you guys exactly what you could do to be able to get all your time back and money, save a lot of money while you implemented these strategies as well.
I love that. You know, at Craft, we're all about implementing systems because we don't want to recreate the wheel, but we also want to make sure that we're being efficient. Because you already know with human error and just the time it takes. One of the things when we started the Wave Accounting Boot Camp, which is where it originated as a class, you guys, the nuts and bolts of accounting. And it turned into a boot camp, which turned into Live Wave, which Live Wave is when we go in person on location and we have 20 to 30 business owners coming with their laptops, and we have a team of us on site to make sure we get everything done that day. I'm talking about we're categorizing expenses, we're setting up your business account, we're linking your accounts, we're setting up reports, we have a chart of accounts, we have all kinds of templates and things to help you really hone in on that. And with the help of Childcare Tax Pros, we have the horse right there to tell us, hey, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to describe it. Here's how we need to categorize it. And you have a whole panel of people that you can ask questions to in real time. So that is when it really blew up when we started doing it in person because we were able to make that impact within one day. So with the virtual piece, that allows us to do it at a way lower cost and get more people in, and we can spread it out just a little bit. But whatever you're comfortable with, I'm going to pop some links in the chat. I'm going to be popping links in the chat both on Facebook and here on the Zoom so that you guys can take advantage of those things. So what I want you guys to go into is let's talk a little bit about what are some of the tax strategies, or not even tax strategies, but what are some of the things that over the time of you guys doing taxes that you see change for businesses, either for better or for worse when it comes to taxes?
You want to take them? Sure. Huh? Sorry, guys. Huh? Yeah, it's hot. Yeah. Sorry, I'm here with my grandma. My grandmother, we just
Hey, Grandma.
she's just came from chemo, which is an important thing, guys. Like when you are able to like take care of your family member that's going through stuff and not worry about the business and stuff. This is super important. I just value that I have these things already in place so I could be able to be here with her and take care of her and take her to, these things. So it threw me off real quick because she came out the room. But
that's good. That's a good way to talk about that though. Like that's why I brought up the elephants because you know, and when in childcare, a lot of people like talk about burnout, and that is really killing the game, you know, and it's usually because of the overbearing work, the paperwork, the compliance, and all of the things that you have to have your eye on that you feel like you can't go anywhere because you're strapped to the business. That's why, like I said, I want you guys to kind of talk about that, but that's why we're gonna go back, we're gonna circle back since grandma came up. Let's dig into that, and then we'll circle back into the tax part. But yeah, tell me
really
about.
quick to go back on to what you were saying, Latoya. What you guys are giving that live piece and you are doing it hands on is very important because that's one of the main things that we see and then we notice that a lot of childcare owners don't have their books ready, don't have the time to even do these things. So by you guys giving that one day and you guys bring everything in and we can set all this up is very, very valuable. That's one thing that I noticed that was then and it's still happening now. Like that is a piece that they still need assistance with. So what you guys are doing with that is amazing as well because it really will help a lot of childcare owners that need that.
Yeah. And I tell people like I'm a person that I don't sell anything I don't use. Like I use Wave first. I started well not first before everybody, but I mean before I started talking so much about it. And like I said, I do not get paid by Wave to talk about it or anything like that. We're not affiliated with Wave. The thing is it works. And one of the things with finances, I am an artist, which means I do not like numbers. I don't like them at all. I get tax anxiety. So I really needed something that made me understand the lingo, one, and feel empowered to really understand what's happening with my money. I didn't even know I was making as much money as I was until I actually looked at it. And then what I didn't understand was how much I was spending it on drive through, like stuff like that. I was like, damn, I need to quit these sweet teas from McDonald's. Like, you think you're spending just $1, and next thing you know, you see what, but you know what I'm saying? But it empowers you to really take control of your business and realize what you're doing with your money. And I'm telling you guys, I started using it because he was teaching it, right? I'm hosting the class. Whole time I'm at my notebook, like taking little notes, and I'm secretly doing it with the class, putting the. I don't know why I did it in secret. I guess because I felt like I'm supposed to know this already, so I didn't want to ask the questions, And I'm like, how you figure you supposed to know this, girl? You hosting, like, you know?
Exactly. And that's another thing that came to mind. Me as well, when it came to the automation and everything else and AI. And when it comes to taxes, every reason why I put these into my life and started teaching it is because I went through something. So
Yeah.
the tax situation, I had a high tax bill. They couldn't figure it out. So let me educate myself. And now, oh, I like this. Let me educate others. When it came to the automation, when it came to the AI, oh my God, 2 years ago, the story is that I had to fire my director at the time. My business was drowning. I was doing great in the tax game, but my childcare center, when you leave it to someone else, they might not run it the way that you want it to run. So when I went there and I went back to be able to fix these things, that's when I realized, like, wait a minute, I need something else. I can't be the regular paper. It can't be these regular systems that nobody's paying no mind to. So I put the automation in place. I put the AI in place. And then I came back to educate about it. So you never should feel like you can't ask the questions. You never should feel like you can't go just because you're an expert at it. No, because this right now it could be a situation that something can happen to the center and I'm in the field. So I have to go handle that. And then I could share what I learned with other childcare owners. So that's how I am. I just do it because I've been through it and then I teach it.
See that, and that I think that's the best way because you have that real experience, that burn. I call it like when you get your butt burned, it's another lesson that you're never gonna forget. It's that kind of lesson, you know.
Yep.
And that is, I feel like, and then you can relate. Somebody. That's why I talk about my shame that I had, where I was kind of embarrassed to ask about it. And even to the point where I came to y'all because I also was feeling like, okay, taking the name literally, okay, childcare tax pros, but I'm like, you don't have a childcare business. But you still know the taxes, like, you know what I mean, for business, duh. So I was like,
Right.
okay, I feel I trust you guys with my members. So I'm like, if anybody, I'm gonna go to them. And you guys made me feel so like taken care of, like everything's gonna be all right. Knowing that you know your stuff, and y'all know I'm scared of jail. And I kept saying, like, I don't want to go to jail. Like, Martha Stewart is like in my mind. So when you say you could represent me in court, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
sign
that's
me
the
up.
benefit of being an EA. We can
I
represent you in court. Yes.
was like, I'm not going to jail. I'm sorry. Tell me what I gotta do, what I gotta pay, whatever. But I'm telling y'all that when I first started using Wave, I went to like a regular place like H&R Block. No, no this to them or anything. They do what they do. But it is what it is. Jackson Hewitt, all of them. I've been to all of them. I walked in with all my folders and everything, but I had my printouts from Wave. So I didn't understand that I didn't need all. I had a basket of folders and receipts and stuff I called myself doing. Whole time I had Wave up, but I didn't understand what Wave meant till I went in there and she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna need that." And she just took the little papers from me and started keying in. So I was like, "Wait a minute now." But the thing is, I was like, I could do that, but then I said, "Wait a minute," but she doesn't have any strategy with it. She just
Yep.
giving in what I told her to put in, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So how is this a thing? How am I paying you to listen to
So
me and I don't
majority,
know what I'm talking
right.
about?
Right. So majority of those companies, what they do is that they hire a regular individual. You do a little quick training, which you get your pizza in, and they don't have to know anything about business. Don't go over there and give them your business information. Now they could do a regular W-2, but if you're giving them your business, don't expect them to put strategies in place and all that because they wasn't trained for that. They wasn't learning the code. They didn't. It's not that far deep with them. Theirs is just give me these numbers and we're done. So that's why a lot of people also have to understand you want strategies, you want these things in place, but you want to go to a regular someone that don't even have like a CPA or EA or anything like that. And then you want these big strategies that they should have lowered their taxes. These people are not even educated for that. They're only educated just to put those numbers into the system, and that's it.
And then on top of that, you guys, I don't know who's out there watching that can relate to this, but where I'm from, everybody got a baby cousin, sister, Uncle Tracy that does taxes that could get you $10,000 back. All you got to do is, you know what I mean? And I don't never mess with that because, like I said, I'm scared of jail. So I feel like ain't no way you getting back 15 grand or for taxes. Like, who's doing that? I don't know. So I've always been afraid to mess with the people that people know. You know what I mean? And then I've known people that got scammed that way. Like they say, "Oh, I'm gonna do your taxes. You don't need to pay," and they done claimed all three of your kids,
Right.
and you didn't get nothing. Like for real, like that happened to one of my family members. They had to like get a lawyer and actually find the guy and prosecute him. Yeah, because it stopped her from filing taxes after that because it was in the system for someone else. So I, that's why it's worth it to have a tax pro on your side. That's why I pay the money. I'm like, shoot, I rather have, and then the thing is, I get a refund, so it's like it pays for itself anyway.
Hello.
That's how I look at it, you know. So that's why I tell people, like, go ahead and do your due diligence. You try to do everything yourself, just like people managing their finances, and like you said, letting the director take your business down. So let's talk about that, like, because when we talk about at craft, we always talk about putting things in motion and the efficiency and actually putting the placement, like we said, using systems like Wade, our system, our CRM program, Canoe. We help organizations organize and really take control of their revenue using systems. So I want to go into that piece you talked about with AI and what you guys are doing over at Childcare Task Force. So talk about that AI piece, how you use it, and then we can go into, the deep part.
So ultimately, implementing AI into your business, you're going to save time, a whole lot of time. So we implemented various GPTs where you are able to ask a question, and these are trained for your childcare business. Also, we have automations that's giving you reminders for compliance. It'll tell you, hey, this child's birth certificate is going to, not birth certificate, physical is going to expire, things like that, which is going to save you money as well, because if you get a visit from the city or whoever comes to do, make sure that your childcare is in compliance. If their information is not up to date or your staff information is not up to date, that can result in a fine, which is money. So ultimately, the AI and automations is still saving you time and money.
And just to piggyback on that, the main thing I have plenty of CRMs that I went through and everything. The reason why we decided to dive in and dissect it and do it different is because one was there was no compliance, right? Reminders for any CRM that I've been trying. So since there was no compliance reminder, I realized that was very important when it comes to the childcare industry. And when I mean by the compliance reminder, like she said, the physicals, the trainings, things like that your staff needs. Now, Latoya, when it comes to these daycare owners, this is what we have to do. We have usually a folder. Everybody has a folder. Everybody has their physicals. Everybody has their trainings. We have to literally look through these things all the time, trying to make sure that we remember or write it down, the expiration date and stuff like that. Yeah. So it could be one little paper that you missed the expiration date and you're going to get fined for that. So instead of my director that now I train and she's skilled in AI, instead of her doing all that and wasting so much time, because it used to take me a lot of time. I used to be in my center. I'm not in my center no more. I'm an offsite, owner. But when I was in the center, I dealt with all those things. And I realized, okay, we need to do something different. I got to make it easier for them. So we have it now automated. We have birthday reminders. That's important right now. Like if a parent's birthday, you want them to feel connected, especially during this time with AI that a lot of people feel like so separate. Everybody's online. Everything is not, connection. So I even have like everybody in my team, when it's a parent's birthday or it's a child's birthday, they get a text message early morning because when that parent walk in that door, we are singing happy birthday to that parent. Now that parent feels so connected and it's real good. So every single thing that you can think of when it comes to importance, regular, yes, we have the automation when a child comes in and what are the steps to do and if there are follow-ups and reminders. That's the usual basic that every CRM has. No, I went extended it even further. When they sign up in 30 days, now they get an automatic reviews. So now it's like automatic review that's going
that
into the 30 days
campaign.
later. Yes, 30 days later.
Yes.
We're not following, we're not running around asking for reviews anymore. It's doing it for us. So
Love
all
it.
the things that I thought about, and I said, you know what, we don't have these in the CRMs that I'm searching for. Let's start just doing it ourselves. And we just went in, and now I love AI because I've seen the benefits that it gives us. And if we use it correctly and use it to amplify our daycare centers, the sky's the limit because it's just going to get better and better and better. And as long as we stay involved in the field and then we just have the back end working, it's a no-brainer.
I love that. And one of the things that I love about that program when you talk about AI, because last year in my marketing series, I touched on AI because I was one of those people, as a marketer, as an artist, AI, I struggle with that because people use it for images and all of this. So people feel like in my industry, they're like, okay, we're done. Nobody's gonna need us anymore once they go to AI. So it was kind of like a struggle. But one of the things, I'm a person like I want to be a part of it. I want to learn it because I'm not about to be the one in the back, like not knowing how to use it. And what I learned is there's ways to use it, and it doesn't have to be an image. And one of the things that you guys taught me, because I started using AI integrations with the platforms I already use, because I'm a techie. I do websites, so web development, things like that in the back end, writing code, HTML, CSS, and things like that. And there's a lot, AI helps tremendously with that. And those for my coders out there, shout out to y'all. I'm not all the way a coder. I'm like a little baby coder. You know what I mean? So when the AI coding started to happen, that helped me a lot because I struggled with it when I was in school for it. And so I started to train in AI. And when I brought it to craft, it was really fun. And I was able to bring that fear down. And it was actually people in there, they were using Chat GPT, but a lot of people weren't using anything past Chat GPT. So it was like you saying, like underutilizing AI. Let's stop using it for regular stuff and really put it to some science and some strategy with our businesses. One of the interesting things that I love about what you guys are doing over there, when you're saying actually automating it, I read a book and it was called Automatic Millionaire. And he talks about how, so you guys read it too. And I learned that concept of kind of set it and forget it. And you can use your time and your brain on the real stuff,
Right.
And what I like about it from a marketing standpoint is the customer service piece. Because at the end of the day, you want to have that high response and you want to make things easier, not just for your staff, but for your clients. It helps you to really hone in on your wait list and how you handle enrollment and your teacher ratio, your child teacher ratio, and things of that nature pulls your coattail on things. So that's why when I came to the demo that you guys did, I want you to, talk about that and you could drop the link and everything. When I came to the demo, I really had a lot of fun because I'm a hands-on person. And when it comes to anything that you have to kind of learn, I have to touch it. Like me just reading it, looking at a couple of slides on it, I'm a person like, let me try next. My turn. I'm that kind of person. So that's why I enjoy application style workshops and boot camps, and they are the most effective, like you said, when you're actually in there and you get to dig in. So talk a little bit about what you guys go through in that program. Let me
Yeah, so
share the link.
our workshop is hands-on because we know that everybody thinks it's techie. It's not techie. AI made it so much easier. I don't know anything about tech, by the way, guys. Latoya knows all that. I don't know none of that, but I still was able to implement all these strategies because it's easier now. So we go through protecting your Chat GPT because a lot of people using Chat GPT. Yeah, that's the basis, that's the minimum, that everyone starts with, but you also need to protect it, right? And then we start going and we start talking about how you can train your staff by using conversational AI, which is a whole different ball game when it came to training your staff. My staff love training that way. You don't have to sit there and train with your staff anymore. You can have AI do it with them, and they're going to give them the best way to do it, and they're going to give them their pros and their cons and how you can do it better. So that's another thing. We have the branding with AI is amazing right now. So you can you
I
can
love that.
brand and do all these books and so forth. My daughter does her own books now. I have our own curriculum now in my business. We have a YouTube page with the curriculum matching the YouTube page. So we got the storybooks and everything all together. When I tell you branding in a different level, we have branded in a different level. And before you would pay thousands and thousands for this. Now you only pay like a $20 membership or little fees that you pay and you could get these things done. So we teach you guys all those things. Then, like Melissa said, the chat GPTs is the game changer. GPTs, if you have GPTs, which we actually have it for the childcare industry, those GPTs will help you with your staff's wording, how they respond to these parents, how they respond to the compliance part. They are there. So yesterday it happened to me, my director, we had a situation and I go, well, did you ask chat? And she's like, oh yeah, I did ask chat. And I'm like, but why I gave you that answer? And she's like, oh, I use my chat GPT. I said, didn't I tell you use our GPTs that we created for that? Yeah, you're right. I said, so go look at it and then tell me the answer. Go do it real quick because you only take literally 2 minutes. Before chat GPT, for example, still you have to use prompts. These GPTs, you don't have to do that because we made it specifically for the childcare industry. So you can just put one sentence and it understands what you're saying.
Where you're going with it.
Exactly. So now she put that sentence in. Boom, she came back. She's like, you're right, Nakia. I should have. I'm so sorry. I'm like, remember what I keep telling you guys? Because, we got to train them as well. This is something new. They got to get used to it. So I'm like, remember what I created those things for you ladies. Please use them. That's what they're there for. I don't want to be answering your questions every day. This is why I put this here for you. So do that. Then call me and let me know if there's something wrong, So we do that. And then in the end, we teaching about automations and how automation can just transform your business and just get your free time back.
I love that. What I love about it is the workflows because I feel like the AI is kind of the vessel, but I feel like the overarching message is get your business together, have processes in place, have a standard operating procedure up in here, you know, and like you said, a lot of people, especially in childcare, because it's such a hands-on business, with the product, these beautiful, beautiful children, you can't help but get lost in them. You know what I mean? And all the cute things that you want to do with them and the cool things, the fun things. But then you have that business cloud that you have like lurking in the back. You know what I mean?
Right. You go into one class and forget about the business.
List.
Yeah, you forget about the business. Once you go into the classroom, you start playing with the kids, you literally forget about, oh, snap, I have to go do this. So just having all that already automated. And we put the systems, like we go and our clients so far, we see what they have. Like, what's your system right now? Okay, so we're going to automate this for you because we could automate this. We could automate. And they're like, oh, really? Yeah, we don't need to do those books anymore. We can automate this. And then we can have a PDF file for you so you can understand what's going on in the back end as well. So they love it because now we are automating their stuff. So even when it comes to checklists, like checklists for my staff when they come in, checklists when you check out, I'm going to see it. It's just going to come to my phone. Oh, this person did their checklist. Oh, okay, cool. I'm not sitting there being micromanaging my business anymore, but I'm seeing it coming to my phone. Like, okay, I could be in the beach looking at it like, oh, good.
Exactly.
She did that.
And it empowers the staff. So, because, they might even forget. And then you call them and they be like, no. But now they can be like, oh, shoot, let me do this before she calls me. You know what I mean? I know she's going to be looking at this. So it'll help pull their coattail and keep them on their toes also. I feel like, and then, like
and
you
it
said,
gives them a reminder. It reminds them. If they don't do it, it sends them a text message to their phone. So they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not going behind you. Hey, did you do that? Hey, no. The reminder's there. And if you answered it and it was a lie, we're going to say, well, you signed this and you said it was done. So now there's a whole other thing going on, So yeah.
Like now we're gonna have to fire you too. No,
right.
But no, for real, but it's true. Like, it's also accountability too, because one of the things, I have a background in workforce development, especially in childcare. And one of the things I hear from my clients a lot is feeling like they are in a chokehold with I don't want to say low rate employees, but employees that are not motivated or employees that really don't want to be there or they're milking the clock.
Players, right?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So they're like, And a lot of times when you have these ratios and these big centers, you can't just fire somebody because they didn't do it. But what I tell them is, let's scale back. What was the training? What was the evaluation? You know what I mean? What was the onboarding like? What's your procedure? Because I see a lot of leaders, they have all these expectations of their leaders they're hiring, but they're not leading them for real. They're putting them in position. That's the difference, you know. So I feel like with this, it will help the business owner create what's supposed to be and then relay that to their staff in a way that it supports them, it empowers them, it gives them resources, you know what I mean? And that support to help them be better at what they need to do and make it easier for them.
Yes. So the
You know?
recruitment, we got a recruitment pipeline, right? So the recruitment pipeline, now that you just said that, we literally just implemented something today. So the recruitment pipeline, the staff is getting everything. They coming through doing videos before they even come to us. We decided we want them. They getting the papers already sent to them. We're not doing anything, right? Now, what I just added was when she comes in and it's her first day, you know, you got to sign that W-4. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I said, Miss, I told my director, you know what? I don't want you looking into the folders and doing that. I'm going to have a message that as soon as it says first day of her, she's going to get a text message. She's going to be able to see it online and you're going to be able to go over it with her. You're not going to be looking through files no more. And she's like, oh, that would be great. So they both are going to get a message because it's time for her to sit down and go over it. So now they're going to have everything there. So simple versus looking for the file, trying to figure out and might forget a paper that you didn't get. We stopped that completely.
That's efficiency, y'all. And it's a strategy, you know, and that's what we do over here, you guys. We're not over here playtiming. And this is what I always tell people, you know, I heard this saying back when I worked in corporate and I loved it. And it says, you don't have to be sick to get better, you know? So when I tell people, you know, about craft and what we do over here with business improvement, they're like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, I'm sure you are. But don't think that we over here trying to pull people out the mud. These are people who have been in business decades that understand that they can do more, they can go further if they put those things in place. So they take a moment to get with the experts and get with the consultants and really hone in on what's the latest technology, what should I be doing, what am I missing out on, how can I be better at this, how can I do less of this and more of that instead of just sitting there stuck. So that's why I want to circle back to the taxes, because one of the things that everybody's going crazy over is Trump and all of the tariffs and how it's affecting business and the new this and the new that. And one thing I know about Trump is he's all about business and he loves to do little sneaky little things into the taxes. You know, and one of the things, now I'm not even a Trump supporter or nothing, but I know he likes business, so I'm like, I'm gonna hear what he's saying for us.
Right.
Like, hey, because if he like the business people, at least we got some sunshine in the rainbow. Let's go for it. So tell me about that. Like what we got cooking with the taxes?
So one of my favorite things is that you can now write off your vehicle 100%. In prior years, it went from 100%, 80%, 60%. Last year it was 40%. You could write off your vehicle 40%. This year, now that Trump has signed the One Big Beautiful Bill, you are able to write off your vehicle 100%, which ultimately will save you a lot of money on taxes.
So that's called the accelerated depreciation. So now you can write off any big thing that we get in the childcare owners, all right? So whatever we do in the playground, we're doing anything huge, big, you can write it off. Usually it takes a couple of years that you have to write it off. Yeah, every year you have to like literally write it off bit by bit. Now we can do it all in one shot, which is amazing because people can lower their tax bill immediately right then and there. So that's one of the things that he brought back because he had it before and then he brought it back. So that's good.
Okay, because I remember it at one point, but I didn't know. So it dribbled down all the way to 40, and now he just shot it back up to 100. Okay.
It was about to be nothing. If honestly, it was about to be nothing this year, but Trump actually brought it back. So that was good.
Yeah, I figured he was up to something. I'm like, okay, what? Okay, anything else that we should be aware of? Did anything flip the opposite, like go down?
Down when it comes to taxes?
Not that I could think of.
Like you said, Trump is all about when it comes to the business, money, a good thing. So the other thing that he did do that I actually like for those parents that just had babies in 2025, he gave them go ahead, you can
the Trump account. So if you had a child last year, what the government is going to do is you're going to give you a Trump account, which is an IRA. So they're going to fund the account this summer between June and July. There's no date set yet. They're going to fund the account $1,000, and that account is going to grow every year.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So
So
that's
the
a big thing.
baby
Like,
boomers, come on
yes.
down.
There was there was one more that I was thinking about.
That's not the homeschool thing, right? That's not the same thing. It was something I heard about. They were supposed to be doing something for homeschoolers or something like that.
Not
No,
that's
that's
passed yet.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that happened already. Okay, I'm late.
yeah, yeah.
I don't homeschool, so I guess it didn't affect me. It flew out the window. Oh my God. Okay, I got some questions from let's see. One of the members, this is going out to you, Lori, in North Carolina. She wanted to know what's the easiest way to track mileage for your taxes as a child care.
So there is an app called Mile IQ where once you download the app, you can click start. And let's say that you're at the center and you need to go to the bank, you can track those miles. Then from the bank, let's say that you need to go pick up food for your childcare center, you start it and then it'll clock the miles that way. So it's called Mile IQ.
All
And
right, I'm
guys,
paying
one
attention.
thing that I know that I used to think myself, so me going to the center, you can't, that's not a log. Like you going to your business is not a log,
Oh,
but you going
good.
from the
Thank you for
business,
saying that.
yeah, because they will log that. But you going from your business to the bank, like she said, or to the stores or doing this, yes, then that's a business write-off. But you
Okay.
cannot have the one going
Your
to
commute.
business and going back home. Yeah, no, no commute. So some people have an hour commute. They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, no, you can't. You can't write that off. I'm
Mm.
sorry.
Oh man. I like that. Like you telling like what can't be. So I got a question. And then I'm gonna go back to her next question. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm out of town is I like to do it in town, but I allow myself more when I'm out of town, which is go to Starbucks. Okay. I'm gonna say it. It's my guilty little thing. Can I put that? I be putting it on as my expense for the trip. Can I add it in? Like if I'm in the airport and I get coffee or I get a meal, can I use that? Can I write that off as my under my travel like expenses?
Yes, it'll fall under travel, but because it is food, it'll fall under a 50% deduction instead of it being 100%. So all your meals, things like that, it would be 50% instead of 100% deduction.
And I want to just touch on that one again. So
Please do.
like if you go into a business trip and stuff like that, yes. But if you're just buying it in the mornings, no. You know, like you
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
it
Okay.
there's 100% if you are at a business conference, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you're doing it by yourself, then you have to just that's the 50%. You're not gonna get the whole thing, you know? So we
Okay,
gotta be
so
real clear with that one.
so when it comes to categorizing, should I put it under the travel or put it under meals and entertainment?
Put it under meals, and then
Yeah.
that way it'll be 50%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I always feel weird about that part.
So with childcare owners, when they do like trainings and so forth like that, like when we do trainings for our staff and we buying, let's say whatever it is, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. If you're doing a training, you can write that off and it's 100%. But
Okay.
when you're doing it like that, individual, whatever day, that's when it's the 50%.
Okay, all right, that sounds reasonable. Okay, because that's what I was thinking. Because I was like, I'm out of town for business. I could get me a Starbucks. I'm on the road. You stop at get a bathroom and then you get the coffee while you're there. You're on the
Right.
road. So I'm like, yep, put it on me. I'm getting me a Starbucks.
Everybody just put it on.
Yeah, put it on there. So let's see, Cydia. Let's see. Are you able to? I saw you just slip on in here. Are you able to come on and say hi and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sadia Winstead from Sadia's Family Child Care. I'm located in South Philadelphia area. Star 4, nationally accredited, Philly Pre-K and Early Head Start.
Nice.
Thanks
Hello.
for coming. I messed up your name. I'm sorry, Sadia. I always be trying to do my own thing, thinking I got an accent. But thank you for being
It's
here.
okay. You're welcome. I actually forgot. I was listening. I ain't gonna say I forgot. I was listening to Juma first, and then I jumped on.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Well, listen, I want to go. Hey, Deidre. We got Deidre in the building. She's definitely one of our graduates. Hey, Deirdre, how you doing, honey?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Deidre Blow, owner of Magic Moments Family Childcare, and I'm also located in South Philadelphia.
Yes, Philly's in the
Philly in the building.
building. So yes, we got all the Philly. You guys, we have a lot of people in Philly because Jahid's from Philly, so we do a lot of work in Philly. So we love y'all. We had an office in Philly for a while. We just recently closed. They had a flood, so we just haven't found another one. But yeah, so we did a lot of work out there. So ladies, now that y'all on and we have the Child Care Task Force on, I want to know if you have any questions or comments or anything like this that you want to post to them while we got them here. And also make sure you click the link that's in the chat to join the free AI workshop. I'm gonna repost it because I don't know if you can see it once y'all, since I did it before y'all came in, but I'm gonna repost it, y'all. Okay. So let's see. Do you have any questions? You can just unmute. There you go. I just put it in the chat again.
Yes, is there now?
All righty. Okay, no questions. Okay, well, I'm glad that you guys are in here because, like I said, Deidre was a
I was
part
about to say,
of.
what was some of the things y'all already discussed? Not taking y'all all the way back, but I did jump on and I heard the categories where she was saying put certain things at, because I'm also like that when I go away for the NACI accreditation training. I'm like, now, how much do I claim it is? Do I pay 50 when I'm doing the expense report receipt, or do I do a whole 100%? Because going away too, then we getting a rental, the food, because they don't, when they book it, when they with a hotel where they have it at, it don't cover no food. So we don't even get accommodation, breakfast or nothing.
Right. And your flight and your hotel and everything else.
Yes.
Yeah, so your flight, rental car, hotel, things like that is going to be 100%. It's only when it comes to meals that is a 50% deduction. So you want to separate the meals, and then everything else would be 100%.
Okay, good to know.